If you're aiming to relocate to the Greenville area in the coming months and your comfortable budget's in that $600,000 to $800,000 price point, then this video is for you. In this video, we will discuss what type of home you'll find in this price point, where you'll find inventory in this price point, and what conveniences you'll have in each place that you may live in. And if you have specific questions about properties in this price range, then please let me know by shooting me an email at my email below. I would love to chat with you. Let's do it. And as always, my friends, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the Upstate of South Carolina, and it's our goal with this channel that we are your #1 resource for all the things that you need to know about your relocation to the Upstate. We are dedicated to providing you with the most relevant, the most reliable, the most practical, and the most data-driven information that you can find or you can't find on the internet. If you like this information, please do me a favor, shoot me a text at my cell phone below or send me an email at my email below. I would love to chat with you about what your relocation to Greenville could look like in the coming months. So first, let's talk about where these properties are gonna be. And as far as the suburbs go, the most inventory you're gonna find at this price point is gonna be on the east side of town and in Five Forks. Of the 1,200 properties that have come to market over the last 12 months, in that $600,000 to $800,000 price point around Greenville, just over 20% of the inventory was in this area. And then we have downtown, of course. Well, there's a plethora of inventory downtown Greenville in that $600,000 to $800,000 price point. Of that 1,200, about 100 of the properties have come to market over the last 12 months here in downtown. Now, other pockets of inventory where you're gonna find homes in that $600,000 to $800,000 price point are gonna be in Travelers Rest and Greer above Wade Hampton Boulevard. Remember, as we've talked about in other videos, there isn't as much inventory in general in these areas compared to, say, Five Forks, the East Side, and Simpsonville, which is why it's no surprise that the number of homes that have come to market in this price point have been less than the latter mentioned. Don't forget about Simpsonville either, though. Simpsonville had well over 100 properties come to market in this price point over the last 12 months. And a random thought I just had, remember that most of Five Forks is going to be considered either Simpsonville if you're below Woodruff Road, and above Woodruff Road is going to be Greer and Greenville. It's kind of a hodgepodge right there in Five Forks. So what types of homes are you going to find in that $600,000 to $800,000 price point here in Greenville? Of the 1,200 properties that have come to market over the last 12 months, 1,161 of those have been single family and only 40 have been townhomes or condos. Now, this isn't really surprising because, well, first, most of the townhome inventory we see coming to market nowadays is in that $300,000 to $400,000 price point, and there really is not a lot of townhome and condo inventory downtown less than $600,000 to $800,000. Of the 40 that have come to market, though, most of them have been downtown in that $600,000 to $800,000 price point. There aren't a lot of townhomes or condos outside of downtown that can command that type of price unless it's in communities like Shadow Lane and Thornblade or the Chanticleer Towns, which are townhomes in two of the more exclusive country club communities in town. And to continue my former point, most of the townhomes in that $600,000 to $800,000 price point are not in the suburbs. Most of these are going to be downtown. For example, 121 townhomes on Stone Avenue, or the Sinclair on Anderson Street, or Norden on Stone, also on Stone Avenue. You know, these townhomes are going to range from 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet to 3-bed, 2-bath, just over 2,000 square feet. And they are going to land in that mid-600s to mid-$700,000 price point. It's also important to note that most of the townhomes downtown are going to be either 2-story or 3-story with a bottom level garage. Again, in the city, it's all about density. And if you can make your square footage go up by making these units 3 levels versus 2 levels with a front facing garage, taking the place of square footage that you otherwise could have as living space, then you're not going to be able to fit as many properties in that development, which is why most of them are 3 stories. So 1,161 single families have come to market in this price point over the last 12 months, and the overwhelming majority of inventory is going to be single family homes compared to townhomes or condos. Now, what type of finishes and features can you expect to find in these homes? let's talk about it. So first up, the size of the house. Now, if you're looking closer to downtown, you'll expect to find a home in that 1,800 to maybe 2,100 square foot range for this price point. And if you're looking in the suburbs, well, sizes will vary depending on the scale of the neighborhood you're looking in. But generally speaking, you'll find a house that is in that 2,400 to 3,400 square foot range with 3 to 5 bedrooms and 2 to 4 full bathrooms. Most of the homes will have hardboard siding or brick versus vinyl siding. Now, hardboard siding is a great product. It's a concrete plank. It's actually less expensive to build than brick is, but it appraises for a similar dollar value with what brick does. This makes it a super attractive product, and it's much more sturdy than, say, vinyl siding, and it's got an overall better look to it. The only thing with hardboard siding though is you do have to paint it every 7 to 10 years. So there is some maintenance that will come along with it, but overall it's much better than vinyl siding. Now, what about a garage? If you're looking in the suburbs, then absolutely you'll have a garage at this price point. About 90% of the homes on my list of 1,200 had garages, and about 25% of the homes that had a garage had a 3-car or more garage. And if you're looking to be closer to downtown Greenville, then the likelihood that you're gonna have a garage is a lot less. I just had a client buy an infill single family home downtown and is now having to build a garage with an office overhead, and that is running him well over $100,000. So what about basements? I get a lot of questions about basements from folks who are moving from out of state, and they ask me, well, do y'all have any basements? Well, generally speaking, no, we don't have a lot of basements. But when you start getting into that $600,000 price point, you're more likely to find a basement in a home if that's something that you're looking for. Roughly 10% of the homes on the list of 1,200 had a basement. Again, keep in mind, we have red clay here in South Carolina, and it's not the softest soil. So it does add a lot of cost, just cost alone to dig out a basement here, and can add about $60,000 just in costs to add a basement to a house. So what about lot size? Well, lot size is going to depend on the neighborhood, of course, but one would expect to find lots less than 0.2 acres for your more cottage-style communities, and 0.3 to 0.5 acres for communities that have larger lots. So what about interior features at this price point? Well, of course, you're going to find at minimum a quartz or an elevated granite, and you'll actually find real hardwood floors or actual luxury vinyl plank floors, not the roll vinyl or pill and stick floors that are more common in your $400,000 and less price point. Now, keep in mind that luxury vinyl plank flooring is much more water resistant compared to hardwoods, and it generally is less expensive than real hardwoods, which is why it has become so popular in recent years. You'll also likely find walk-in showers and standalone tubs. You'll find large open floor plans with 9-foot or more ceilings, crown molding throughout the house, a tailored light package, and much more curb appeal than, say, a home of lesser value will provide. Now, what about the conveniences in each of the places that we've talked about? Well, first up on the east side of town, you're gonna have every convenience at your fingertips if you live in this part of Greenville. For instance, access to hospitals, access to restaurants, access to shopping and a number of boutiques, access to Woodruff Road, access to Whole Foods, access to Trader Joe's, and of course downtown and the Greenville-Spartanburg International Airport. Now, if you live in Simpsonville, Simpsonville is arguably the most comprehensive and largest suburb in Greenville. It has its own mini Woodruff Road, which we've talked about on our channel, and that is called Fairview Road. Fairview Road is home to a number of restaurants and stores, including Stella's, which is a great restaurant there on Fairview, the Home Depot, Chick-fil-A, Target, First Watch, Publix, and a lot more. Now, if you're living near or around downtown, well, living downtown obviously is going to provide you a lifestyle where you can walk out of your door and walk to a number of parks in Greenville or even the Swamp Rabbit Trail. You're going to still have to drive outside of the city, though, to hit your major stores as of the time of this recording. So, if you want to go to Trader Joe's or Costco, you'll have to drive to Woodruff Road to get there. However, grocery stores like Harris Teeter and Publix are located downtown. There's also a number of boutiques along Main Street and a number of concert and theater venues in and around downtown as well. The County Square redevelopment is going to bring in some of these big name retailers like Whole Foods and Pottery Barn, with a number of other restaurants and other vendors that have been announced. This development though is going to take several years to complete, and we have done videos that have done deeper dives into this specific project that is going on around town. So if you wish to learn more about that project, then please go and watch those videos. So I hope all of that information was helpful in determining if Greenville is the place for you, if you are a buyer in that $600,000 to $800,000 price point. And if you do decide to relocate to Greenville, I would love to be the realtor that you choose to work with. So please shoot me an email or send me a text at my cell phone number below. I would love to meet you and chat with you in the coming weeks and coming months. As always, my friends, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate. And until next time, stay safe. Well, this video is going to be about Greenville County, the upstate of South Carolina. Great thing to do and easily in the evening. I'm a local real estate expert here in the area. All the time, we're right behind me is a really cool place called Freight Yard.